Hey guys, what is up? Carter here. I have an Emerson to show you. And this isn't just a regular Emerson, this is a super duper Emerson Grail to me. Probably the last Emerson I will be buying for a long time, because I never thought I would ever get this knife. I never thought I would hold this knife, let alone actually own it. And it's actually kind of a two-level Grail to me, and I'll explain that in a minute. I picked it up from a really cool USN member. I'll mention his name here in a second, well, actually towards the end. Really cool guy. He's out of the Netherlands. He's also here on YouTube. I don't know what his YouTube name is though, so let me know if you watch this dude. But thank you so much. He really hooked me up with this, not only this knife, but also some really cool goodies. And I'll show these here after I get through the knife. Show the knife. This is such a big Grail because it's actually kind of a multi-level Grail. It's a two-level Grail, actually. So the first level, is the CQC 12. Right there. I have actually wanted one of these ever since the first time I saw one. And I was actually into Emerson's for quite a while before I even knew that this thing existed. Sorry, cleaning off that scale there. And the second I found out that they existed, I had to have one, and I bided my time to find one. And they didn't show up. I didn't see any for sale for a very long time. Didn't see them. And then all of a sudden a bunch of them kind of came out. But this one is one level above just the 12. But before I get into that, let's talk about the 12. The 12 is a frame lock Emerson. It only exists in the production edition as a frame lock. There is a custom version that has the standard micarta and titanium bolsters with the titanium liner lock, but there is no liner lock production version. There's only a frame lock production version. There's only been a number of runs that have taken place. I think 06, 010, I think there's like 3 runs or something. Hasn't been one for a while. There's also a frame lock CQC 7 called the HD. Hasn't been a run of those in a while, but those are the only 2 that I'm aware of that are frame locks. Now this is designed after the AK-47 bayonet, which you can see it does so quite well. It has a Bowie style blade, however it's not quite as Bowie-y as the CQC 13. CQC 13 has a much more swept Bowie shape. This one's a little bit more reserved. It is V-ground with the chisel edge, just like standard. This particular blade is from 2006. However, this knife was actually assembled and sold this year, 2012, earlier this year. Now, let's cut the crap and get to the second level of Grail. And there it is, right there. Vines and Roses. So basically what happened with this knife is they came across a box full of some CQC 12 blades from 2006 that weren't used. And they thought we should do something special with these blades. So they did. They created a very limited run of these Vines and Roses CQC 12s. 20 to be exact. There's only 20 of these in the world. And that's assuming that none have been destroyed. I assume they haven't been destroyed. You never know with Emerson users, though. They use their knives hard. So there's only 20 of these, and this is one of them. And it is gorgeous. You can see the vines, the roses, and of course the Bad Intent skull right there. Black blade. The 12s, the regular 12s, I believe the Vines and Roses are all black blade. I could be wrong. Pretty sure they're all black blade. I'm not sure if any of them have serrations or not. If you know, comment down below. Super sharp as always. This thing is just perfect, brand new. Nice early lockup on there. Really smooth. I was very impressed with the weight on this. As you can see, it has a titanium slab and then just a solid G10 slab. It does not have a liner underneath that G10. Super solid lockup. Love this freaking thing. I wish he would do more of them. It's really, really nice. Standard pocket clip there. perfectly centered. Probably my favorite blade shape out of all Emersons. I really like the Bowie, and I prefer this Bowie over the 13 myself. Very nice. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to bring myself to carry this thing. Probably. I probably will, but I'll be super careful with it, just because it is so rare. I mean, 20 of these bad boys. Fit and finish on this is just excellent. Very, very cool. So yeah, you'll probably see this featured in a few other videos. By far my favorite Emerson, and definitely a Grail. Now let's move on to this extra swag that he sent with the knife. So the username is BlazerNL. That's capital B, capital N, capital L, and that's on the USN. So if you want one of these, he wanted me to let you know to get in contact with him, and he'll make you one of these. This is by far one of the coolest casing lanyards I'd ever seen. He also goes to the effort of attaching a pull-through wire to it. So, you know, for smaller holes, you can feed this through and then just pull the lanyard through rather than try to, you know, twist it through that hole. But I don't know how he does this. These are made out of 9mm Luger casings here, and as you can see, there's 2 of them, and they're freaking attached together somehow. I don't know how he did that, but I do know there's some polishing compound in there. That it is freaking cool, because you can see how the lanyard goes through. It attaches to something in there. I don't know what. Then he's got it all nice and polished up. That is just so cool. So cool. And then he also threw in a thumb stud, 9mm thumb stud.